Hey guys, it's Ben, and I'm back to bring you guys Week 7 Pick Ems. And as always, I'm joined by...
Tenacious Fox.
We weren't able to get a video out last week because a few of the other analysts didn't get their picks in time, but never mind that. We're back for Week 7, so let's get started. We also don't have the GFX, so we're probably going to be going out of order, but also who cares? So, first matchup. We have Brendan in the Marlborough Mudsdales versus Josh in the New York Metagross. Brendan is cold. He has been very, very cold.
Yes, he has.
Yes.
But I think that he could easily get a setup sweep with Zygarde. Or if he gets the chance to set up with Zygarde, I think it puts serious work in on the Metagross.
I guess this would be a fine time to mention that I did a fantastic job with the Pick'ems and looked at every matchup individually. I didn't look at any of the matchups before making the picks, so I'm not very well prepared. But let's see, how does Zygarde fare in this matchup? Arachne is stupid bulky.
Yeah, it is, but I mean, a setup Zygarde is just gonna. I mean, there's things that can tank some hits, like Venusaur is probably going to tank a hit. Arachnid can tank a hit. Donphan can... Yeah, I know, right?
Exactly.
Can't even talk. Donphan can probably tank a hit.
And it also has Ice Shard, but that's also not Stab, and it's 40 base power.
Yeah, so I mean, like... Zygarde, I think we could potentially see Zygarde really put in work this week.
I could see that happening, especially if he can chip down the, like we just said, Arachnid, Donphan, Venusaur. Yeah.
I also wrote down that Special Mandibuzz might be effective as well. If he can maybe bait the Fake Out from the Ambipom and get the Weak Armor boost set up with Nasty Plot.
That would be such heat. And I would love to see that. I doubt it's going to happen, but I would love to see that.
I mean, yeah, I mean, a +2 man. I mean, I know Mandibuzz isn't that powerful,
yeah.
But I mean,
that's a bit of an issue.
Sitting at +2, I mean, that's going to be threatening.
With its juicy base 55 special attack. I mean, maybe. You never know.
Hey, it does. Volibee does really good in Little Cup. I'm not like that kind of a set. I've run trains on so many people in Little Cup.
All right, Brendan,
like
you know what to do. Although I did see his team for this game, and sadly, there was no Special Mandibuzz.
Yeah.
I mean, not that was going to be expected, but...
Well, they've already played. Okay,
yeah,
they've already played, so we can say that. We can say that.
Yeah, I'm not that dumb. Sometimes. Debatable.
I'm just messing. Yeah, obviously the Hoopa Unbound is going to be super, super scary from Ultra Player's team.
Of course.
It is every single week, obviously.
Brendan does have some ways around that, probably. I'm assuming. He's got what?
Mm-hmm.
Gardevoir outspeeds.
Well, even Bandit, I think Mandibuzz should be able to tank some hits as well.
Oh,
and a U-turn
right,
from Mandibuzz probably still KOs it.
Not necessarily. It could have defensive investment, but it is very frail from the physical side. So even something like Lycanroc and Dusk could probably put in work.
Yeah,
assuming it's not Scar, which is kind of likely.
How is I mean, I picked Brendan in this one, but I am curious to see how he deals with this stupid monkey, because that thing is just...
We're talking Ambipom, right?
Yeah.
He's got Registeel. I mean, low kick would.
I mean, he can.
If he gets that.
I mean, he could take him out, but that thing is just so annoying. Just
wait, Registeel gets like what, light metal or some ability like that? That could be fun.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah.
See, I tried to run that in a
It'll
league game myself recently, but then I found out that it can't have like some like counter and like another move, Seismic Toss. Feels
yeah,
bad.
It's really weird. Ambipom, you can't have Fake Out and Double Edge on it. Since we're talking about both of those.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, it's weird. You can have one or the other, but you can't have them both. Like,
yeah, it must be from some like older Double Edge was a Gen 3 move tuner. Maybe Fake Out's like an egg move or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, we've been talking about this matchup for a while. You got anything else to say about it?
Nah, I'm good on that one.
All right. Next up, we have Tyler and the New York Cosmogs versus GarchompTheGod and the Lawrence Talonflames. I picked Tyler to win because he's a good pal of mine, and he's a good player. And I'm not sure how Garchomp's season has been going. I think he started off like 2-3, 1-4, something like that.
I mean, we were talking before we started recording about how Darude is 5-1.
Oh, he's 3-3.
And wait,
he's
what?
3-3. Okay, so
yeah,
he hasn't been doing that badly. Oh, he's on a 3-game win streak. That's why I thought he was doing poorly.
Garchomp got his first win by getting the 5-0 sweep with, or the 5-mon sweep with Tapu Koko on Darude. So, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just totally blanking out, trying to remember that.
That was like, it was like 3 weeks ago. But what I have for this match is I picked the Talonflames just because Tyler doesn't have a lot to deal with Tapu Koko outside of Landorus and Electivire. And obviously the Landorus is still kind of an iffy check to that because, I mean, he's probably going to be running HP Ice.
Yeah. Well, one thing I've noticed about Licky is that it checks basically everything that's not a fighting type, so I think he's fine.
Yeah, I didn't even look at the Licky, honestly.
Licky's so stupid bulky. I think I've said that before.
But I mean, Garchomp is on a 3-game winning streak, and Tapu Koko is just... I just really think Tapu Koko is so threatening to his team.
Yeah, I could see that. Actually, yeah. That does a lot. Everything.
And obviously he's got the Embor, and Licky is not gonna really...
Yeah, that could be a bit of an issue. I don't really see a solid switch. And I mean, I guess Victini resists both stabs, but it's not generally defensive. Oh, wait, there's a Landorus. Don't listen to me. I'm dumb.
I mean, it's just probably gonna come down to how things turn out or shape up in the match. I think if either player gets momentum, there's not going to be much to stop it on either side.
Both of them have some really scary offensive threats, and if one of them can just start to get the ball rolling, they can just turn the entire game in their favor.
Yeah, because obviously if one of them doesn't bring, if Tyler doesn't bring Mega Deontay and Garchomp brings a special Latios, then he could just start dropping Dracos like no one's business. And the same goes for Tyler. Although I really don't see Garchomp not bringing Tapu Koko in this one.
Yeah, exactly. That thing just tears up the entire team.
It really is a pretty good mod. I mean,
it is.
It's got a lot of usage for a reason.
Yep. So our next matchup, we have Matt and the Montreal Melodics versus Shady and the Buffalo Drills. Matt wins.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest, I didn't even look at the matchup. I just wrote down Matt.
Oh, is Matt in a matchup? Yeah, we're picking him to win.
I guess that's pretty subjective since he lost last week, but
yeah, that's true.
I see him bouncing back.
Oh yeah, for sure, definitely. Probably anyway. I'm assuming he's going to bounce back and win. I did notice that Shady has Bronzong, which can be a pretty decent Excadrill check, but only if it's like Sandrush. Mm-hmm. So that would stop the Sandrush sweep, but it couldn't really do much if it was in Mold Breaker. That could be a bit of an issue.
Yeah, and I would bank on Matt seeing that coming. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I guess he could go for either.
I think, actually, either he runs okay, if he runs Sandrush, he would kind of get not walled by Melodic and Shaman, but they're both pretty stupidly bulky and would be able to take up the hits pretty well.
I mean, Shaman's not really gonna tank a X-Scissor, is it?
Yeah, but would he have the move slot for that? That's what I'm wondering. Because if he is Sandrush, he would need something like Shadow Claw to hit Bronzong.
That's true.
Then obviously Earthquake and Iron Head for like everything. Mm-hmm. He would have to run like four moves, like no Swords Dance, nothing like that. So it is doable.
Yeah, I guess that is going to be a pretty difficult one to call.
But I'm guessing that he would just bring Moldbreaker in this matchup just to break the Bronzong so it doesn't wall him.
Yeah, I mean, Excadrill is his Z captain, so he probably...
Oh.
I would see probably maybe Z Earthquake just to get rid of that Bronzong.
Oh.
Maybe.
I can see that being a thing. Or he could be like Z Shadow Claw.
That's true. Well, Earthquake would do more.
Wait, no,
well,
Levitate.
unless he was...
Are we still talking Moldbreaker or Sandrush?
Yeah, I'm talking Moldbreaker.
Oh, okay. I was thinking Sandrush.
But I guess he could be Sandrush, Z Shadowclaw.
All right, we're starting to think too hard about this. Either way,
yeah, I didn't write anything down for this, and now we're just talking like
literally same. So, with that being said, I guess we should move on. Next matchup, we have Caleb and the Kansas City Nidokings versus Odds and the Memphis Bewares. If Caleb can get rid of the Tapu Bulu, Suicune wins. I think, okay, actually, now that I look at it, there's the Mantine.
I think that Skarmory, Dodrio, and Nidoking are all pretty good in this matchup. Skarmory especially.
Oh yeah, great Bulu switch in. One of the best in the game.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, hold on, where are their teams? I gotta find them here.
Good job.
I don't know where to look on this.
It's draft/rosters.
Yeah, it's real. No, it's literally right in front of my face.
Good job.
So. Yeah, I mean, Skarmory has got take out Bulu, Mimikyu, Lucario it's got Brave Bird for Lucario. I mean,
well,
I guess that there are things on his team that can come in on it, but
and also like Raichu. Well, I wouldn't say just Volt Switch is out because he has Nidoking, he has Jolteon, he has things that can come in on the Volt Switch, but. If Odds makes like aggressive plays, he can just avoid that problem altogether, I guess.
Yeah, and I think I guess I wrote down Dodrio, but I guess that doesn't really put as much work in now that I'm looking at it more. But I think a Scarf Nidoking could potentially put in work as well.
Well, Odds' flying resist is a Raichu, which isn't the best flying resist in the game. His steel type is Lucario. That's the only mixed typing that makes a difference. Anyway, Dodrio's Brave Bird only has like one resistance, and that's Raichu. That doesn't want to take a return, so I can see that putting in work, I guess. Although he does have a Gliscor.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking, Scarf Nidoking would just...
I could see Scarf Nidoking putting in work here, yeah. Thunderbolts for stuff like Mantine, Sludge Wave for everything not named Lucario.
Ice Beam and Earthquake.
Okay, yeah. We really don't have much to say about this matchup either, do we?
No, I thought you were going to have more. You usually do.
Yeah, I don't. Hey, like I said, I didn't look at these matchups in advance.
Did you pick the Nidokings too?
Yeah, I picked Caleb, yeah.
Okay, so we're pretty much in agreement. Sorry, Odds.
Yeah, anyway, next matchup. What's the time at? We're at 13. Okay, so this is funny long. Next matchup, we have, hold up. Turk and the Chicago Cub Shoes versus Wmar and the Miami Infernape. So, Wmar is just kind of here for comic relief. And Turk has been doing well. He's on like a 4-game winning streak, so that'll.
Yeah, I mean, Turk has got a small team, and when you initially look at it, you're like, how is he going to win with that small of a team? Because he's got what, 2 less Mons than everybody except for
pretty much.
I think Ash.
Yeah, Ash has 9.
Yeah, I mean, you look at his team, and you're like, how the heck is he going to do well? But he really switches around with his team really well. And he plays really well with that team. And I do anticipate him just being able to really outplay Wmar in this one.
Yeah, and I do like how his team has so many busted Pokemon. I mean, the downside is lack of diversity. Like, there are a bunch of holes in it like that. But, again, they're like really solid Pokemon either way.
I am waiting for somebody to run Protect on something to just stop the high jump kick. Like... I was watching Turk and Brendan's match, and I'm like, why does he not have the Protect on Registeel. That would have taken out his Lopunny. Like,
and Protect is good on Registeel too, because extra leftovers to stay, because it doesn't have any other.
I mean, I talked to him afterwards, and he said he just he felt he needed Hidden Power more.
Good job, Brendan.
Well, I mean, when he's prepping, he doesn't know what's gonna come. Obviously, it's easy for me to say, well, you should have had that.
Yeah, hindsight is 20/20, but I mean, I always kick myself when I do something stupid like that.
Because I mean,
not saying it was objectively stupid, but you get the idea.
Wmar could potentially just bring in the Magneton on Lopunny, and bait the high jump.
That would be amazing.
That's what I thought Brendan should have done again with Registeel. But I mean, enough about the match last week.
Yeah. Although now that I look at it, Wmar does have a few Lopunny switch-ins. He has Reuniclus, which I'm assuming is a switch-in. He has Moltres with Flame Body. He has Gligar. So he does have a few ways around Lopunny, that's for sure.
Yeah, but is he really going to be able to pull it off?
It's Wmar. Also, Turk has a few things that can... I wouldn't say switch into Kyurem Black, but a few things that could potentially answer it. He has Scizor, he has Sylveon. Even Metagross... Okay, Metagross can't take an Earth Power, probably. Chocoberry Metagross.
No, probably not.
Or AV. Either way, he does have a few ways around Kyurem Black, so that'll be interesting to see how that goes.
Braviary gets close combat, doesn't it?
Gets Superpower.
Superpower. Yes, I mean, there's one thing.
Scarf Superpower?
He can't. Yeah, I mean, he can't switch it in on Kyurem Black safely.
Or he predicts some kind of wacky prediction with the Earth Power.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I can see that. Anyway, next matchup, we have Kurt and the Porta Turtiers versus NoivernNation and the Las Vegas Gladiators. I get so confused when Kurt and Turk are right next to each other in the matchups. Anyway, Kurt is a good player, and I'm expecting him to win just because I don't know. Again, I didn't look at these matchups.
Are you saying that?
Well, I'm not saying
Kurt
that
is the better player here.
The superior battler.
We made that mistake once.
Yeah, okay, I'm not saying that he's the superior battler, that's for sure. I'm just saying that I'm not sure I haven't been paying a lot of attention. I'm going to be perfectly honest. I haven't been paying a lot of attention to the games this season. So I don't know
You're horrible.
How good of a player NoivernNation is. Let me take a peek at his record actually. Very professional. Looking at this mid-recording. He is 2-4. Kurt is 4-2. Well, that answers that.
Well, all I was gonna say about this matchup is that when I look at NoivernNation's team, I don't see anything that is overly threatening to Kurt's team. Whereas I look at Kurt's team and I'm like, well, the Mega Kangaskhan and Scolipede can really put in work on NoivernNation's team. And when I just kind of don't see anything on, the Gladiators team to put in some serious work, I mean, that is the pick for me.
I'm also seeing the Latias could do some work in this matchup. It just has to look out for the Absol, because that can Pursuit Trap it. He could just run Culverberry or something like that, though. So he gets a free switch.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if I haven't watched the last week's matches.
We are the best analysts.
At least not. I didn't get a chance to watch all of them. I've been really busy at work.
I mean, I definitely don't watch all of them.
But I mean, one thing that I have noticed with NoivernNation is weeks where Primarina could have put in absolute work, he let it go down really early. And obviously, if it goes down early this week, I don't think it puts as much work as it has in the past. But that's his only resistance to Latias just dropping Dracos on him. So
Cobalion is a resist, but it doesn't act like one. It doesn't have high special defense. It's like what, base 72, I think.
Yeah, I misspoke. His only immunity, not resistance. Yeah. But because Cobalion still has to watch out for a psychic.
Yeah, because Cobalion is not a Lati answer most of the time.
Yeah.
I say that, and someone used one against me as a Latios answer. Never mind. Let's not talk about that. I mean, I won that game, but let's not talk about that any further. Yeah, Kangaskhan, that's spoopy. Cobalion is a pretty solid revenge killer, though. Although he could, Kurt could try to pull a fast one and run a lot of bulk investment, because Cobalion's got what, base 90 on the attack? It's not too high. It needs some boosting to really do some damage, and then he can run low kick and try to pick it off.
Yeah, it's just
That would be funny.
I really just don't see anything on NoivernNations that really threatens Kurt's team.
All right.
Like, nothing that just jumps out at me.
We've kind of... I feel like we're saying the same things over and over. Let's move on, shall we?
But we're so repetitive. It's good, right? Is repetitiveness good?
Sometimes.
Consistency is good. We're consistent.
Except for last week. Let's not talk about that either. Next matchup, we have Darude and the Aberdeen Elves versus Ashley and the Houston Hardens. Darude is 5-1. I'm picking him to win.
Yeah, I mean, Ash has played a lot better the last 2 weeks.
Yeah,
but,
that's definitely true.
I mean, it's still hard to pick him. Like,
it's hard not to pick Darude. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, that's more what it is. It's
yeah.
Not even looking at matchups. It's just hard to pick somebody that is only 1-5 versus somebody who's 5-1.
Although something worth noting is that Darude has Combustion and Lantern as his fire and electric types. Those things are not powerful, and Celesteela is so bulky.
What you talking about? Lantern puts in work.
Okay, I love Lantern, but it's not very offensive. It can be offensive, but if it's not... Okay, if it's not Shookaberry, Celesteela beats it 1v1. Probably.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Unless it's like... Wait, actually, no, it's faster. Wait a second. Could Lantern possibly 1v1 Celesteela? That would be awesome.
Oh, I highly doubt that. I mean, unless you, like, set up, like, a rain dance or something, and...
What if it's... This is gonna sound really stupid, but what if it's, like, Specs, fast Lantern to outspeed, like, max speed Celesteela, and then it, like, volt switches on the Goodra switch in, and then he can go into something like Sneasel or Pokemon Scizor, then just put in work from there.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I need to stop having these crazy ideas.
It's just so situational.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, Ash does have like some mods that can do work. Obviously, the Celesteela that's probably one of the bigger threats to Darude's team
For sure.
But I don't know, man. I guess we'll see.
Yeah, we'll have to see. In the
We'll
game.
see.
But Celesteela really does wall for days.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, I'll still watch it, but I'm not liking Ash's chances.
Just because it's against Darude.
Yeah.
All right. Well, for our final matchup, we have Drew and the Seattle Scizors versus Jesse or FlameHorizon and the Minnesota Monfernos. It's Drew. I picked him to win. He's been doing well. He's like what, 4-2, I think. Yeah.
I mean, every time I pick against Jesse, he ends up pulling something out, and every time I pick him, he loses.
Awesome.
It just seems like that way. But I did pick Drew this week because I think Mammothswine absolutely puts in work against Jesse's team. Like, absolutely just puts in the finest of work.
I see 0 switch-ins. Maybe like physically defensive Blastoise, but that doesn't have sustain. I mean, I guess it could run Breast Talk, but that really cuts down on his move slot.
Yeah, that's really the only thing that he... Well, I mean, Aromatisse could probably tank a hit or two if it's super defensive.
Yeah, and
but,
Frostlass has Cursed Body, so that could potentially like do something with shenanigans.
Yeah, I think Frostless was the other one that I noted that is a switch in. But
Ish.
I mean,
Jirachi,
Zapdos, Chestnut, Kyurem,
Mamoswine is so
Nidoqueen,
gross.
Heatmore, Kecleon all get bodied by that.
A well-played
thing.
Mamoswine just 1v1s the entire team, except for like Blastoise.
Yeah. I mean, and he's got the Lurantis that he can use against Blastoise anyway. So
yeah, that's his only. He doesn't have an electric typing. That's his only grass type. So.
Well, he doesn't have an electric type, but he's got a Mew, so that can be any
a Mew
type
is
he
basically
needs
anything.
to be.
If you have a Mew, you have no. If you have a Savali, you have anything. If you have a Mew, you have like almost anything.
But yeah, I mean, again, I go back to Jesse. Every time I pick against him,
He pulls something.
he wins. So I could be completely wrong in this one.
I guess if Drew misses an Icicle Crash or something, that would be one way to totally turn the game in Jesse's favor.
Yeah, I mean, but
Even so,
Yeah, I
it would
don't
have
know.
to be like a perfectly timed miss, like in front of a chestnut
Mm-hmm.
as it's clicking wood hammer or something like that. But let's not jinx him.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course.
All right, so I guess that wraps that up. You have any final words about this matchup?
No, I'm just excited for this week, man.
All right, so
Excited for it.
thank you guys for watching. I don't know how you could ever enjoy any video I'm ever in. And I guess we'll see you next week. We're not going to skip this week, probably. Next week for Week 8 Pick Ems. See you then. Say bye. Why are you not saying bye?
No, I already stopped. Oh, I didn't stop recording.